Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Darth Haster's Open Lines through the pneumatic tubes of you. I will, to hell with it. 80s music. Talking about 80s music. Music from the 1980s. You know, probably today the stuff your parents listened to. I know some of my friends have some kids that are in college now. Scary. This is scary. This is a scary thought. Kids that are old enough to vote. No, I'm kidding. It's actually kind of cool. That means they're probably old enough to listen to my show. And that's awesome. How is everyone doing tonight? We got Vegas Sin. We've got Rosetta. It's still here, but okay. Probably right up your alley, huh? Let's see who else we got. Who else? I'll announce them as I go, but 80s music. Some of the best music came out in the 1980s, and I was really gonna break it down into different genres because there were so many different genres of music there that came out in the 80s. There was the Cars, which was actually part of the New Wave British Invasion. I believe they called that the second British Invasion. Let's see that I think Joy Division was part of that, and I believe there was Depeche Mode that was overseas as well, and I think, and then there was Billy Idol. There was there's so many for just from overseas. Tears for Fears. There were there's a lot coming from overseas, but and then there was the usual hair metal, glam metal, and power metal coming into the 80s, speed/slash thrash metal, which birthed Metallica. Let's see, there was Slayer, and then there was, I believe for a while there was until Metallica lost one of their members, Dave Mustaine, and then there was Megadeth. Because Dave Mustaine ended up forming Megadeth after Depeche Mode, Blondie. I still listen to Blondie to this day. I love Blondie. Blondie kicks ass. I still catch myself listening to Maria. She walks like she don't care. Smooth as silk, cool as air. Ooh, it makes you wanna cry. Hey, hey, Jedi Bill, how you doing? And now I'm getting sued by getting copyright struck by Chrysalis Records or something. Are they even a thing now, or did somebody buy them out? I haven't seen Chrysalis around for a long time. That's one of those 80s record labels that I think went away with the dodo. Yes, there was Eurythmics. Was was Psychedelic Furs part of the British invasion? I can't remember. I know. Would you consider Nina the one who sang 99 Love Balloons? Would you consider that part of the British invasion, or was? I know there's a lot of bands that was overseas that happen to get their get real popular once they hit the States. There's Devo, yes. Psychedelic Furs. I think we. I mean, she came in around the same time as Yeah, I know she's German. That's what I'm saying, but she came around the same time as Thompson twins. And here we got one, and Nina Green and Jedi Bill. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
We're talking 80s music, trying to figure out who was all part of the second wave of the British invasion.
Second
Like,
wave.
yeah,
Uh,
you know how the first wave was like the Beatles and the Stones,
how about the Clash?
and
Rock the
then there was a
Casbah.
second. And here comes V. How you doing?
Hello, V.
Ugh.
Hey,
Oh, no. Hey, we can hear you.
Was Iron
Wait,
Maiden? I don't think Iron Maiden was part of the British invasion of New Wave, but they sure were part of the British invasion of metal.
yeah. They burst into the scene of late
They're
70s, early
and
80s.
yeah, they were in the 70s, but they were only over in Britain for a while, and then they got bigger here over in the once they got overseas over in the 80s. So and hello, what do you
hand up
got for
trouble.
us?
Nothing yet. Let's figure out what the hell we're talking about first.
We're talking
80s
about
music. That's the only reason why I'm here. 80s
the
music.
80s British invasion.
You said 80s music in your title.
Yeah. Screw the
It
British
is
invasion
80s
stuff.
music.
Screw the British invasion stuff.
The 80s music,
No. You said 80s
British.
music. It didn't
I'm
say
covering the
nowhere
British
where it said
invasion right
British
now. So.
invasion. Okay.
Hoster will hold the hostile takeover of your channel if you try to make it more specific.
I could always do this. Oh, so much for a hostile takeover.
Wow. You did that to Rosetta? Oh no.
She's trying to form a hostile takeover.
Yes, she said that.
She implied it. She didn't actually do it, Clay.
You picked the damn title. Don't you dare get pissy at me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you tell him,
Yes.
Rosie.
Don't call me Rosie!
Well, we're.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Her name's
Oh, let me guess. It's
Rosetta.
because of that song. Let me guess. It's because of that song.
No.
Whole lot of Rosie.
No. That would be another trigger because of my sister.
Oh.
I hate the freaking name
I
Rosie.
love that song.
Well, what? Other
I
than
also
what
like that old 50s song. That gal is red. I think it's called Red Hot. My gal is red.
You can still
hot.
be up here, V. I wrench while I'm on panels all the time. Hoster, do you have an echo again?
Hey, there's like no.
Just
that's
for a
because
second,
me-
I had to put my headset on my
I turned it down. It shouldn't echo that much.
around my neck. For
Well,
a
that
couple
that,
seconds,
that one
not you.
showed on him.
Sorry.
I know you guys get a slight one when you're both on at the same time.
Yeah, because we're in the same room.
Yeah, there was a second
On
one
one
I
end.
heard.
Admiral Oliver Doom.
Hey, Admiral, get your bitch ass in here if you can.
It's not his way to work.
You're right. That's why I kind of second thought that. I'm like, would the Admiral do this? Seriously, I actually thought about the Admiral when I did that. I was like,
All I have to say is that
I yoking with
that
you
was
anyway.
not cool. No, Chris likes to freaking
It
do
was
that
only
to
a
me.
couple seconds. Don't get your teeth tonsiled.
Let me finish what I was saying. Chris likes to do that to me and then won't put me back on until I'm flipping him off so he can try to get me to flip him off on camera. And of course, when it comes to flipping people off, it's not like I'm exactly subtle.
Yeah. Well, okay, 80s music then, since I didn't really get specific.
There we go. Because you
Since
get into
I'm-
80s
I'm
rock.
highly outvoted now.
Jedi, start the tirade on 80s rock. I'll hop in as you go.
Oh, 80s
I mean, I don't really care as long
music
as we
was
talk about
notorious.
music. I don't really give a
you
shit.
know. A lot of one-hit wonders, a lot of
So,
popular bands. You had the Go-Go's. You had Duran Duran. There's considered part of the British invasion, I guess.
There was even some tolerance for
Bangles.
Flock of Seagulls, Bangles, Heart, Bon Jovi. There was some of the best of the prime of Aerosmith in the 80s. There was
The Cars.
I don't know.
Billy Squire.
hell, even going into bands I still listen to
Joan Jett and the
today.
Heartbreakers.
Freaking Camelot, which is part of my whole symphonic realm, started in the 80s.
That's true. Camelot
Joan
did
Jett
start
and
in
the
the 80s.
Heartbreakers.
Joan Jett and the
Mhm.
Heartbreakers. You mean Joan Jett and the Blackhearts?
And Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I think Tom Petty started his solo
Gee, I
career
didn't know they
around
were being
1989, didn't he?
corrected.
I mean, you've always got Poison, Motley Crue. Def Leppard was in their prime in the 80s. So was Whitesnake.
Rat.
Guns N' Roses is a given.
Yeah.
Loverboy. They were the 80s.
Who was on a lot of?
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Come on, look at
I
the
always
era
liked the-
in the 80s. Even look at like Queen and Metallica in the 80s.
Bruce Springsteen. The Boss.
Bowie. His 80s work is good. Judas Priest, Van Halen.
80s is still some of the best music ever outside the 70s and 60s.
Dio,
And we had
Scorpion, Dire Straits, Tears for Fears.
Twisted Sister.
I already said that a while
Quiet
ago. You're
Riot.
not very quite right. I didn't say it.
And you say you got a dirty mind. Well, that's fine, honey.
Susie Banshees. God.
You okay, Bill?
Huh? Sure.
Mina, did he pass out?
Man of War.
If he did, hit him over the
Wow,
head with a
that's
frying
quite
pan.
an
He'll be
echo.
okay. Dexy's Midnight Runners. They were definitely a one-hit wonder. I think their only hit over here was "Come On, Eileen."
John Cougar Mellencamp.
I love that song.
It was when he first came out, John Cougar Mellencamp. Little ditty about Jack and Diana. But then he dropped the Cougar, which became John Mellencamp.
Well, he went through a period where he called himself just John Cougar for a brief period, too. He kept switching his name around.
No, he didn't. He just one day decided to drop the...
He had, I can't remember what it was. There was this weird little EP. I remember my parents had it where it just had John Cougar on it.
Then...
and I can't remember what it was. It was
ZZ
so long
Tops
ago.
were the 80s, yes. Every girl crazy about a shop dress, man. Rod Stewart.
There's a large overlap from 70s to 90s rock where some of the best of it was in the 80s when the bands were at their prime, but they were in all three or both or two.
Kind of like Journey.
Yeah.
Because Journey started at what? 1967, I think.
Men with Hats is one of them one-hit wonders.
Yeah, Parrot Head's bringing the one-hit wonders in here.
Yeah.
Dexy's Midnight Runners, Men Without Hats.
Men with Hats. The only one song that I know of them is Safety Dance. Okay. Devo.
Even in the late
Remember
80s,
Devo?
when-
Remember Devo?
Mm-hmm.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Relax. Don't do it if you wanted to do it. The Go-Go's.
all I can see is the top of
The
your head.
Go-Go's were the 80s. Go-Go's had a lot of hits. Hello, is this mic on? Am I not being heard?
We heard you. I'm trying to think a second.
Yeah, we could hear you just fine. We're just.
If I need to bring it closer to me, I will.
And on
That way the mic's right on me.
the pop side, we had the made boy bands like New Kids on the Block, and was Menudo one of those? We also had Michael Jackson.
That would be Latin Invasion.
It was still a boy band.
Mm-hmm.
It was still a boy band though, which gave us a very young Ricky Martin, I might add.
Yeah, the one that I always argue really wasn't, even though they keyed it with boy bands because it was a bunch of guys that girls thought were hot. They put Boys to Men there, and they actually were a soul band because they had such appeal to girls and making them crazy. But I always thought that was a little cheesy that they tried to link it there just for that.
I always liked Boys to Men and Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, Boyz II Men really weren't, by definition of the way formed and what they were produced for, a boy band. They were soul. They just happened to know how to get the female fans engaged.
I think one of my favorites was Motown Philly. It really had a lot of that doo-wop swag to it. You gotta admit, it did.
I mean, you look at the soul pop cross range and the starting career of all of these people like Whitney and Tony Braxton and all them, and the early music that was really good, and the stuff like Janet and Michael and them. The rise of the black entertainment into pop culture was really beautiful in the 80s. It really was. And it's something I kind of miss, actually. Before everything that's any form of soul or rhythm or anything like that started all being tagged with hip hop, and they ignore anything else now. I miss that era.
80s hip hop was the best. 80s hip hop was where it lies. Run DMC, Ice-T.
Yeah, Grandmaster Flash.
Rapper's Delight.
Yes, the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yes.
So if you have to pick your absolute favorite genre of the 80s, what would you say?
No. All.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying you can't love. No.
Genres.
No. I'm not saying you can't love all. But what is the one you were most in tune to? What was the one that spoke to you the highest? There is a difference between do you love all versus is there a specific
if
that was more
anybody
to
knew
you?
me, it'd be the hair bands. Okay.
That, and I think honestly it is more to me the
Van
cross.
Halen.
Yeah, the cross
And
of
so
the rock
many-
and metal in the 80s is what speaks to me the most out of that era.
What about you, Nina?
Nina, Darth asked you a question.
I'm sorry.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, she's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. What was the question?
Because it's also that 80s was the
Darth, what was the question
rise
to Nina?
of like Weird Al and that. Favorite
Yeah,
genre of the 80s.
What was the question to Nina, Darth?
Favorite genre of the 80s, of course.
His question was, what was the favorite genre of music of the 80s?
I really don't remember. I really don't. I can't say.
I don't know. I did like the style of swag in the new wave, but I do like the raw and grittiness of the speed thrash metal movement.
I was thinking, and yeah, I love that. Pretty much anything in the rock and metal realms is where I live. But there's a lot of good comedians that came out too then, and there was really a rise of like really just off the wall crazy Dr. Demento like stuff in the 80s.
Yeah, there was. There's
And that
giving birth to Weird Al Yankovic.
Prime Weird Al, Julie Brown, and all of them were just 80s. I mean, Homecoming Queen's Got a Gun, 80s.
Yeah.
That was the last Permanent Vacation or Pump album, I believe. Janie's Got a Gun, wasn't it?
No, Darth. You're thinking of Aerosmith. She's quoting stuff from Dr. Demento.
Everybody run. The Homecoming Queen's got a gun.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm going. "Moot."
Yeah.
Stop it, Debbie. You're embarrassing me.
What? Oh.
One of the things in our family we always did was fixate on the whole bit about "Stop It, Debbie" and that because my mom's name is Deb.
No.
That makes perfect sense.
So it was our way of tormenting her. That and
Rosetta, are you a early 80s baby? Were you born in the early 80s or late 80s?
early.
Okay.
And we used to torment Mom with the Zappa kids. If you remember, my mother is a space cadet.
I love the music of Frank Zappa for some reason. But
That was done by two of his kids. My mother, my mother, my
Oh.
mother is a space cadet. We're basically saying the song that their mother was
that's
inattentive and stoned or drunk all the time.
Parrothead, you love the echo?
But
Well, that's because Nina's on, and she's right behind me in the chair, the recliner. That's why we're echoing.
oh man, she graduated when I was born, probably, or around the time I was born. I gotta Google something real quick.
Oh my God. I know Ray Stevens had some of his best ones in the 80s too. And then I just realized most of the stuff that Julie Brown did came out when I was a year old. Oh my God.
What wasn't Paula Abdul like the ass end of the 90s?
No. She started in the late 80s. Why? Okay, that shouldn't be echoing
Or
now.
I mean the 80s. My bad. Because all
Why
her
is
good
it,
stuff came out.
That's really weird. I'm trying to think here.
Because I always liked Cold Hearted and Forever Your Girl and Straight Up. Straight up now, tell
What
me,
about
do you really
Madonna?
want love?
Madonna's best stuff was in
I
the
hate that fucking whore.
Why? What'd she do to you?
First of all, she's freaking tone deaf half the time.
Okay, despite her political thing and all that.
No, I
As
didn't
her-
say anything
as
political.
her
I said
music
she's tone
was
deaf
okay.
half the time.
You don't have to like her now. I don't know.
I'm not
pretty
talking
sure I
about
don't like
now.
her. I like her music.
She's always been off key half the time. And I can't stand how big of a tramp she acts like. I can't stand that
Okay,
trampy
but
of music.
did you listen to her early stuff from the 80s? Really?
I have heard
I liked
her
her
stuff. I
earlier
can't
stuff.
stand it. She is the
Okay.
reason we ended up
That's
with the
your
pop
opinion.
slut movement that we did.
That's your
She
opinion,
is.
and you're entitled to it.
Actually, her being behind the whole sex and pop music movement isn't opinion. That's fact. And I have a problem with that. So, yeah.
No, we're just discussing the music, not that other aspect.
But I don't like her
I
music
thought Paula
either.
Abdul
I
was
can't
late 80s.
stand it.
You're entitled to
But every time
that opinion.
I try to explain why, you cut me off and start arguing against it without letting me finish. So I'm not allowed apparently to express that opinion.
Mm-hmm. What about the Go-Go's? Did you like the Go-Go's?
I could have sworn Paula
They're
Abdul
okay.
was
They
late
weren't
80s,
one of my
like
favorites.
at least 89.
No, I'm sure she was because I know she was referenced in different 90s shows I watched.
Let me guess, Rosetta. Born in 86.
I know Psychedelic Furs
Nope.
was in the 80s.
84,
Oh, you're closer.
83.
Yeah, but honestly, it has nothing to do with when I was born. Because my sister was slightly older, but wasn't this way. A lot of people that are younger than me loved her. I can't stand her. So, Forever Your
I
Girl was
did like what she
88.
did for
I told you she started in the end of the 80s.
Yes, if you're talking about Paula Abdul,
Yeah,
yeah.
because of the comment in chat. I said I'd check it.
Oh,
I knew
you
I knew
had
she
to
was
you
late
had to
80s.
Google
It was
that.
I was verifying the year because I'm not going to state it until I'm verified. I thought it was, but
Okay.
I wanted to make sure. I had already
No,
said
no,
I thought
no.
it was.
The build, I do almost
the
everything off of
Pretenders.
memory. I don't access the computer if I don't have to.
I said late 80s,
I
but I'm
access.
not gonna say for sure something without verifying it. That's just me
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to say something's
Most
fact if
of
I don't
us
know for sure.
most of us do Jedi Bill. It's just some of us are getting older and not remembering things as right as we should.
Well, to me, it's as I said, I can say she started at the end of the 80s. I thought it was about 88, which is what I said earlier. But I'm not going to say for sure until I verify it because memory can fail you.
Ooh, you know another good artist from the 80s? Rick Springfield.
Yes.
Rick Springfield.
Thanks, Mr. Hyde. You're awesome, man.
Hi.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw Mac up here.
He was.
He gave
Motown Philly,
himself his
yes.
yeah. Boys to men going on. Not
Yeah,
too
and then
hard,
voice.
not
Yep.
too soft. Belle Biv DeVoe was I think their big one was Poison.
Well, that's what they. It was Belle Biv DeVoe first, and then they became Boys to Men. How did you not know this? Come on. Basically, that song that you
No,
were just reciting.
so part of Boys to Men went to Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, basically all of them.
I didn't know that.
Belle Biv DeVoe became what Boys to Men,
Okay.
pretty much.
New Order.
Oh yeah, there were some great punk bands in the '80s too. Punk rock in the '70s and '80s, it was on fire.
And we can't mention 80s music without mentioning Lita Ford.
Oh yeah.
The Fix.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, what I was dealing with behind. I am in enemy territory. I'll explain it to you when we're not on air. Okay. I'm causing evil.
You're causing evil.
Of course.
Yeah, Oingo Boingo, of course. And then Speaker says, "Kiss Me Deadly." Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite videos. Lita Ford. That and that song she did with
Ozzy Osbourne.
yes, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear the version that Lizzie Lizzie Hale did with Ozzy the same song?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was great when he got into the Hall of Fame.
Hmm. I have to
That
go
was
look that up.
amazing. And she also performed it in the same stage with Lita Ford that I think the night after. So there's that. I like Lizzie Hale, but she's not 80s.
See,
She does a lot of the 80s homage stuff, but yeah.
a lot of the bands that I like, especially even in the symphonic operatic, are all based on different forms of 80s rock and metal. Just combining it with different classical styles. So it's like even with my bands I listen to that are after there, everything I am comes from the 80s, you know? But I admit it, as much of an outsider as I am in most of my rock and metal, I have a soft spot for Jersey Boys, and I had always had a thing for Bon Jovi music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Speaker, if you want to come up and say your piece, by all means, come on up here.
Come with me into the parlor.
Chicago was another good band of the 80s.
Chicago's been around for a while, though.
Yes.
They got their big stride in the
They
80s.
started in the 70s and carried on through to the 80s. Styx. Styx was a good 80s band. Tabawanigato Mistori Bato.
Roboto.
You gotta remember that song.
Domo.
Yep.
Domo.
Hello, Lady Mist.
We're talking 80s bands and 80s music
Mm-hmm.
tonight, Lady Mistiff.
Toto, Men at Work. I come from a land down under. Yeah.
Oh yeah, better run, better take cover.
Yeah.
I don't want to Africa roll everybody, but it's gonna take me a lot to carry me away from you.
Toto.
God bless the rains down in Africa. You realize there was like 3 different vocal parts on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 different backups on that. I think that was almost full band, wasn't it? Full band backup. I think everybody was singing on that.
I don't know. Let's see.
I feel saucy tonight.
Hmm?
I'm feeling saucy. I want to cause trouble.
No.
Oh, great.
What?
Are you serious about the whole candy corn thing?
Don't you remember that, or were you around?
I was, but I didn't know Drunk 3PO back then.
He's the one who started it, and I was the one who elevated it into such a war last year with him. And yeah, I'm torturing him with it.
You're derailing the topic.
I was doing it in private chat. He's the one who brought it to the topic.
I came here to talk 80s music.
Night
Yes,
Ranger.
38
What
special.
about
Yes, Speaker for the Dead. 38 special. And Night
was
Ranger. Oh,
was
yes.
Molly
Night
Hatchet
Ranger.
part of the? What about Molly Hatchet? Were they part of the?
70s, 80s. They're borderline.
Oh, let's see. I kind of lost my train. Yes, Night Ranger, really. And
Are you
let's
saying you
see.
had
We
a
got to
train of
say
thought?
Berlin. Yes, and so far it hasn't been derailed yet, despite hardly,
Bull crap.
hardly. I don't even know how to say this. Besides the Banshees.
I already said that one. Sushi and the Banshees. I kind of threw it in the middle of a long list, so probably wasn't heard.
That's probably why I don't remember you saying it. I don't know, but a couple nights back I got my hand real good. It's starting to heal up nice, but I'm trying to keep it cleaned up real good.
I'm trying to be very, very good.
Yeah. How's that working out for you?
She's doing okay right now, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
I mentioned them. Did you not hear me?
Yeah, I heard you, but
Okay.
I'm just fabulous. Thunderbirds. B-52s.
Loverboy. Oh, yeah.
B-52s, didn't they they got their big they got really big in the 80s. They weren't really that popular
Well,
until
they were there in the 70s too. And yes, their big one was the Love Shack.
I feel devious.
speakers. Yeah, yeah. ZZ Top and we just pulling all kinds out.
Quit pulling it on air. I mean,
And who's being the devious one tonight?
I just said I was. To be fair, you all know that I'm the big pain in the ass.
Yeah, but we put up with you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean something's wrong with me or something's wrong with you?
I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point.
And of
No.
course, the Go-Go's.
Hell no,
Remember the
Speaker.
Go-Go's? Vacation's all you ever wanted. Okay.
Oh, I don't. What happened to my hand? Oh well, I was cutting a mango one day, and dumbass me had to use one of the biggest blades in my house. I used my Bowie knife because I didn't want to go up and get up and go get a kitchen knife. So
I would.
yeah,
Shit.
it slipped, and I gashed my hand open. I think I got pictures of it in the Discord. After I got all the blood off of it.
Well, wasn't that intelligent of you? Yeah, I said that a while ago. But we can always revisit them and talk about some more.
I don't
Hoster, I think you still have an echo.
know about this. No.
It can't be here. I've already checked my system.
How do I still have an echo?
No, this is really, really weird.
How do I? But
And
I'm on a headset. Here. I'm
and now
literally on a headset. How in the hell?
I don't know. Yeah. I've checked my system. I muted it. It still was doing it when other stuff was going on, but I don't know. It's going in and out. It's not even consistent. Seems to be every few sentences it echoes. StreamYard's being weird and fucky
Yes,
lately.
I believe Rosetta said Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue.
And
Yeah,
hell to the
StreamYards has
no
been
ever
a little crazy.
speaker. Hell
And,
to the no ever speaker. There's only one person who's ever seen me naked, and that's my husband.
What?
The one you still have on the freaking screen saying I'm sending nudes?
Yeah, I believe we said Motley Crue and
Take care, lady sweetie.
no, she hasn't. She's not sending nudes. Okay. Yeah, we had Van Halen. Later, Lady Mist. Okay. Must be something on YouTube. Let me check. Oh, there is a notification for something.
We are still talking 80s music. What do you mean, Jedi? I'm giggling in between while I try to think of them, but that's still the topic.
Do I need to screenshot the private? Because I think we're gonna. It's really anything bad back here. That was the only, and that wasn't even that bad. If you really want to get down to it, the whole candy corn thing. Everybody.
I was just being
almost everybody
silly,
knows about
anyways.
that, except for me for some weird ass reason.
My brain
What happened
derails.
to you? Yeah.
I'm trying to
My
think
brain
of other
derails too.
I'm trying to think of other artists and bands, and when I try to
the
recall
80s
them,
music,
it's harder
I
to
think
recall them. If that makes sense. The more I try to, the harder it is.
Well, there was also the Christian metal, metal scene.
Yeah,
with,
you always
Striper,
things like and Jeff Moore in the Distance, Audio
trying to
Adrenaline.
counteract Wasp.
Jeff Moore in the Distance, Audio Adrenaline. Carmen, Kathy Tricoli. I know the Christian music scene, actually.
I know a good bit of the Christian music scene. When did Rebecca St. James start? That was like
that was
late 80s,
90s.
early 90s.
I thought that was 90s. Mark Lowry back then.
Never mind, that was 90s. Mark Lowry. I saw him live.
So have I.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else.
Yeah, we got Mando Merc. Oh boy.
Good. Help me think of stuff, Mando. My brain shut down.
What am I going to be thinking of?
80s music.
80s music.
I've listed a bunch, and then my brain went, "Heh, we're done. I don't know what else to give you."
I just met someone who had the flock of seagulls haircut earlier this evening.
Well,
Oh, that's cool.
I did list them, but that is actually kind of a cool little thing to run into.
I mean, it's a little frightening, but yeah.
I don't know. Frightening
It is a little-
is my game.
Haircut again in real life.
Yeah, you never think you'd actually see a flock of
But
seagulls.
hey, I mean, with
Did
the
you-
whole pandemic and everyone staying home, I guess you can do all crazy things with your hair now. You
Yeah.
let it grow out.
Speaking of flock of seagulls, did you know they used to be hairstylists before they made their own hairstyles?
Okay, what about? Did you list any of the songs in the Transformers movie?
I don't think so.
Okay, because there are some good tracks that were not originally made from that movie that I believe are in it. Oh, Weird Al's "Dare to Be Stupid's in it.
Oh, we talked about Weird
Yeah.
Al some, yeah. There was
Yeah,
also Temptations had stuff in the 80s.
Yes, it did.
Rick James, Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross.
Um,
I think even Marvin Gaye had some.
You
in that.
too.
Sade.
Yes,
Obviously,
yeah.
you too.
U2's been around forever, though.
Yeah. There's never.
U2 started in the 70s, I believe, and they kind of just kept going.
Yeah, but it was really. I remember them becoming really big in the 80s, especially overseas in the UK.
Freddie Jackson. Diana Ross had some there too. Same with Patti LaBelle. I mean, a lot of the ones that were like disco in the 70s went more soul in the 80s, and I liked them better then. If that makes sense.
Thanks, Lori.
I mean, a lot of these songs were from anywhere between the 50s to 70s, but I mean, the Blues Brothers did their own versions of a lot of songs in that movie, which was in 1980.
Crimson Mist. Yeah, that definitely was the 80s. Yeah, I mentioned Billy Idol at the start. The Bee Gees even segued into the 80s.
Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
No, Bee Gees was before the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they changed style into the 80s. That's what I say. A lot of 70s disco bands changed style and tried to continue in the 80s for a while. And I liked them better then when they ditched all the disco bullshit. I mean...
Yeah. Did you cover the Smithereens? I love the Smithereens.
There was Shaka Khan had some in the 80s there.
Shit. I remember some of the Shaka Khan stuff in the 80s. I think that's when I kind of started liking Shaka Khan.
There's also Poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listed
Jedi
them.
Bill
That's one of
covered
my
Poison.
ones. And then he did too. I think some of us have some we really latched into quick. Going into like the This is the problem I have is my brain freezes when I try to actually make it think of things.
Me too. That
Well, when
Rockwell.
you're not being tested or anything, it's just free to roam. You have no problem recollecting anything. Yeah.
I like Rockwell.
I mean, I'm recollecting all sorts of band names, but it seems you guys covered a lot of them, with the exception of the Smithereens. It seems.
George Clinton, Morris Day,
These guys came out in the 70s, but the Clash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as they were recording in the 80s, they can still be counted then.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that was it, but I don't know if I'm saying. Did you guys mention them before?
I don't remember if I did actually at this point. So let's go for it.
Hello, Crimson Mist.
Supermando.
Hey, Darth, Rosetta, and who's the other guy?
Mando.
Oh,
Mando
Mando.
Merc.
Nice to meet you.
It's what?
It's the Mando Merc.
How's it going?
Yeah, all right.
Chugga Kong, Chugga Kong, Chugga Kong, Chugga Kong.
Oh, doing all right, man.
You know, switch to my normal
Yeah, this
avatar.
was a good song.
Not my 9/11 special.
Well, I didn't see the labels there, so.
Okay.
Keith
what
Sweat
about,
started in the 80s, and he did a lot of the, soul music that crossed into the sexy music that I like.
What about Warrant? Were they part of the 80s?
They
or
were 80s into 90s.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The Offspring.
Yeah, they're.
The Offspring was 80s?
It was, yeah.
No.
84.
84.
There's a lot of bands that started in the 80s really didn't become popular till the end of the
Let's say,
90s.
yeah, 'cause the Offsprings really didn't hit it until the 90s, but they were around in the 80s too.
NXS. Michael Jackson. No, he didn't come back in the 80s. He was.
Yeah, he did. He was in.
He went solo. No, he went solo in the 80s.
Yeah, in the 70s, he was in the Jackson 5
There
stuff,
was
and then
also-
he went solo and had a whole comeback in the 80s.
There was also Big Audio Dynamite.
Thank you, guys.
I
It
think
helps
there
to
was
be a
only
few
like
more
one
voices.
other album before Thriller. Cinderella. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. They were founded by.
I can't remember.
They
It
were
was
discovered by.
Fi-
They were discovered by John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, they were, and I remember that. But let's see. I'm trying to think. Was Firehouse?
Yeah, they were in
late
that
80s
tail end
or-
up. Yeah, they were in that tail end of hair metal in the late 80s.
I love Firehouse. Don't Treat Me Bad. Basically anything off that first album. I'm even probably going to Google that album cover. I used to have it. I've got to show you. Let's see. Take it over for a little bit while
I can't stay much longer, so hurry up.
Well, no, I don't want fucking Firehouse subs.
Sure.
Fuck you, Google.
Maybe Google's trying to tell you need to eat.
Google Firehouse
Alright,
Band.
8. Yeah, that might help. Firehouse Band albums. Here we go. No, the first Firehouse album was 1990.
Oh, okay. Okay, I stand corrected.
Here, I'll even share the screen.
Oh, I believe you.
It kind of pisses me off too. I love that. No, I think Nelson was 90s
Yeah, they were
too.
90s.
Rush.
Yes, Rush. Rush has been around forever.
Yeah,
But-
like Offsprings and the Smithereens.
I'm going to interrupt you for one moment to say I did kind of promise I'd do a work night and actually do some Cleric games up with my followers. So I got to sign off of streams to do that.
Okay,
All right.
it was fun having you.
Stay out of trouble.
Thanks for
Later, Gator.
Can't promise anything.
Bye.
later, Rosetta.
I can't guarantee anything.
At least don't wank it on air.
I don't know what she said.
I think she said at least don't like it on air, but and I can guarantee that, but I don't know if about you can.
Yeah.
I think you will.
A couple weekends ago, I went to a record sale over that was being held by a community radio station here, and I found a few goodies, some of which are from the 80s. Would you be interested?
That'd be cool.
Okay, so I got Van Halen, 1984. We got Paul's Boutique by the Beastie Boys from 89. Oh, and I came across the score for Blade Runner by Vangelis. So it's got
The
and
original
I played a few
artwork for the Firehouse album.
Yep, I remember that.
I love that album. That album had a lot of good songs on it.
Okay, so one of the bands that did some 2 songs for the Transformers movie in '86 was Kick Axe.
Kick Axe.
Kick Axe, yeah. I knew there was a band that actually did music in that movie. I just couldn't remember the name. So yeah, it's Kick Axe. They did Hunger and Nothing's Gonna Stand in Our Way.
Well, did you know that there's a tribute band that dresses up as Transformer characters called the Cybertronic Spree?
Oh, that's cool. Do they perform songs from the Transformers movie?
Oh, they're performing those and other covers, but now they're starting to try to make their own original music. So, yeah, go and find it. I think they've even did their own cover of Stan Bush's "The Touch."
Oh, I gotta check that out. Are you in my Discord?
Yes.
You should send it, pop it in the general so I could take a listen.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can do. I'm on my phone.
Ugh. So, yeah, the score to Blade Runner was great. Adamant.
Yeah, and just last weekend I was at a yard sale, and I scored off some DVDs, and one of them, director's cut of Blade Runner. So yep.
All right, was the 80s? Was the 80s the start of like the ass end of the 80s, part of the beginning of the third wave of ska, or was that just the 90s?
I don't know. I don't follow Scott all that much.
Because I know the third wave. I believe it was the ascent in the 90s with they might be there. Wait a minute, there might be giants. or they might be
But,
giants.
I have all those.
Was that 80s or early 90s?
I don't think so. Let me check. I want to say yes, but I don't think they are.
Because I was really gonna
It
start.
is 80s, yeah.
80 what?
82. They
Holy
formed
crap.
in 80
Oh, so I was right about that one. So they were the start of the third wave of ska.
I have all their albums.
Istanbul to Constantinople.
Istanbul.
Old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why'd
All
they
right,
change it? Can't say.
I came across it and got it posted. They were supposed to come here this past summer on tour, but obviously clamped down.
Oh, that would have been cool. I would have liked to see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, Believer. And getting back to to the music from Believer, earlier I got familiar with some of Bangos's works because it was used in a TV show called Cosmos, which, yeah, I'm a nerd. But it was so beautiful and matched the tone of the show because it was all about space and science, and so it was very apropos, in my opinion. And I just killed the room.
Oh no.
Sorry,
I'm just-
multitasking.
Enigma band.
Okay.
When did they come out? Let's see. Oh, they didn't come out till the 90s.
Okay, so you're still looking up ska.
No, this is more like electronica techno invasion.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing some, and I'm doing some shows that talk about the history of electronic music. That would include definitely the 80s, like you get the new wave, beginnings of house music. And I'm also Italo disco, and right on into the 90s, which is where we kind of finally see kind of the golden age of sorts for electronic music. But yeah, it's probably not for everyone's taste. So anyway,
I know it's
just
not
throwing it out.
East, but I'm gonna pop it in my Discord anyway because I
What is
love
it?
this song.
Let me.
It's "Sadness" by Enigma.
Ooh, yeah, that was kind of on that cusp as well. There was another 80s album that I got. It was also in that vein of Enigma, and that was Watermark by Enya from 1988.
Oh yeah, it is morning for you, isn't it, Yvette? Good morning. I need to get Yvette into the Discord. Like, seriously. Oh, am I the only one that can invite people in the Discord, or?
I never invited anyone myself, but I can try. Let me.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop the Enigma track into my. Oh no, I popped it in the Pimp My Channel section. I meant to pop it in the general. Damn it! Fucking tribbles.
I see it.
Cocking up everything.
Yeah, it's up there.
I see that video you're talking about, the Cybertronic Spree.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah. If you guys want some like after show listening, we're gonna be popping some songs in there just for the hell of it. It's 4:15 in the morning. Holy shit. Well, thank you for tuning in. Holy cow. Thank you. That's some dead freaking cation there. I didn't realize it was so early over there. I don't like tribbles when they're messing up with the sound equipment and stuff and making me sound bad. It makes me want to get the flamethrower.
I know what you mean because I'm always invaded by zombies when they're during my show because they always want to barge in into.
Always want to barge in and what?
And just make noise and take over.
Yeah. Well, it's not me.
Okay.
It's not me, even though I can raise have an army of undead. I swear it's not me.
No, oh no, I've had this for a long time. So
okay, so
I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's not me. I don't know who that is. There might be some necromancy going on, but it's not me. At least right now, anyway. Now, if Cthulhu starts showing up, then we got to worry.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Oh, maybe Harvey's trying to find another way into our dimension. Yeah. Okay, so.
All right, I'm going to see if I can pop the Discord link into the chat.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
If you're not in the Discord, you can come right on in. I'm sure somebody will be there to greet you. I know I pop back and forth.
Yeah, I just sent an invite to a friend of mine.
Yeah, I probably could if I really wanted to. That's a cool thing about being an Eldritch being. I believe Mr. Hyde's in my Discord.
How long were you in the closet?
Who?
My cat.
Oh.
My cat just came out of the closet.
I could think of so many jokes there.
I know.
All right, we got, and whoever's not in the Discord, I know Speaker is. Just about everybody here is. I'm surprised Parrot Head hadn't sent me some pictures for this thing.
I take it we can't
Parrot
listen
Head's
to
usually on
actual
the
80s
ball.
music on this stream unless you don't care about YouTube possibly taking you down.
I don't really care. There's got to be a first time for everything. Might as well make it 80s music. What do you want to listen to?
Hmm.
I'm sick.
If I'm gonna get struck for something, might as well make it good, make it worth it. Sex Pistols, hell yeah. I don't think anybody's said anything about them all night. What about the Dead Kennedys? They were 80s, weren't they? They were really political too. Most punk bands were. But I think I'm gonna close it up for the night, unless you guys could think of something. Because I had all my yeah. Oh, there we go. Duran Duran. How did we not? Did we touch on Duran Duran? What about the outfield? Josie's on a vacation far away. I don't want to use your love tonight. Yeah. No, that was not a record. Duran Duran. That was I think one of their big ones was Hungry Like the Wolf. Yeah, I was trying to cover the British invasion earlier. What they called the second wave of the British invasion.
Hey Darth, I'm gonna head out for now. I might be back on later. I don't know yet, but I'll let you know on Discord.
All
Have
right,
fun.
man. All right. Take care, Brando. Thanks for coming, bud. Where's just me and the Crimson One? I knew I'd give you a Lovecraftian name sooner or later. Oh, I just thought of one, and I'm going to type it into the chat. Interpol! Girls on Film. I remember that. Girls on Film. I do remember that song. I am drawing an absolute blank now. I think we covered just about almost every 80s band. The Reflex. Yeah. Who were the ones that actually took care of Relax, don't do it. Wait, won't talk to it. Who sang that? I can't remember, but I know that was a big song in the 80s. And Crimson Mist, I don't know what happened to you.
Okay, I'm back. I have to step away.
I don't know what happened there, buddy.
I, yeah, my phone went to sleep on me.
Oh, is that what happened? It popped you out.
Yeah. Plus, I
Okay.
had it mute. Yeah, daughter is doing some homework, so I was helping her out on a few questions. So let's see, did I miss anything? Ooh, I think I have that. Frankie Goes to Hollywood Greatest Hits. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we hit on Frankie Goes to Hollywood, but yeah,
What
both
about
of them
New
in the
Order?
same type. Yeah, I like New Order and
Yeah, they're one of my favorites.
Joy Division.
Mm-hmm.
Ow!
Ooh, don't do that.
That fucking hurt. I don't. I accidentally. Okay, you know how you just have a cigarette and sometimes you just nonchalantly put your hand down. You don't even
Uh,
think about it. You just put your hand
no.
down somewhere, like in your lap. Well, I have my keyboard in my lap and it's metal, and I kind of grazed that where I cut myself on my hand on the side of that keyboard.
Ooh.
Have you seen that? I think I put the picture in my Discord of when I actually cleaned it up. It looked pretty nasty. And the way I sharpen blades, it's lucky I didn't take my damn finger off.
Well, I had something like that happen to me when I was working at the library. I was reaching for a handle for a map drawer because I was putting maps away that were checked out, and I inadvertently hit the edge, which was jagged metal, right between
Ooh,
my knuckles, and I was bleeding for quite a
ooh.
bit. So luckily I was able to get to the hospital, and they stitched me up. So, but
I'm
yeah, there
kind of
was right near my right middle finger at the knuckle. So,
I'm kind of wondering if I need stitches now because it looks weird. They'll probably have to open the puppy up back up and give me stitches. Son of a bitch. and that's going to be fun. Aw.
Oh, how did you fall, you bet?
Oh, I forget how she fell. She she told us on one of these streams. I just can't remember how she fell. But I do remember her saying something about falling, but I can't exactly remember. I I have the craziest selective memory in the history of ever.
Well, get in line with everybody else on this planet. The- I'm
I
so.
don't care if you're single,
Mhm.
married, in a relationship, or just friends with the person. If it's a woman, don't ever forget her name. Ever. You forget a woman's name, it's like, and I'm bad at this all the time. I forget names all the time. I'm better with faces than I am with names. I never forget a face. But you forget a name, oh dear Lord help you. What better pray to whatever God you serve, because it's just friendship's probably over, relationship over. I'm not kidding. Words of wisdom from a great old one. You tripped over a bog. Yeah, now it's starting to come back. Uh, yeah, you're kind of hard to forget, Yvette. Hey, welcome
Sorry
back,
about
buddy.
that. Wrong button. I
Wrong button.
don't know why I keep hitting back. Ugh. So, trying to
Well,
think what.
no, I know what I'm doing tonight when I'm done with this. I'm probably going to go watch the old dude movie so I can prep
Uh,
for the new one.
yeah, I could never get into Dune. It's just not my thing. But but good, good for everybody else. Yep. Hopefully, yeah. I tried to watch it, caught a few scenes, and it just, I don't know, just didn't interest me. Maybe this, I probably wouldn't mind checking the new one out if it's done better. But I know how these stories are, how voluminous they are. Yeah, and I think yeah, I think it's time for me to head out. I got to go to bed early because I'm tired. So good night. Take care.
Good night, man. Yeah, I think our world close up anyway. So, well, to those of you who are still left, thank you for staying. And Yvette, thanks for coming. What's his Facebook whatnot? Thank you. Thank you for coming. I think Vegason, thank you. Thank you for wrenching. Speaking for the Dead, thanks for coming. Rosetta, thanks for joining up. Jedi Bill, thanks for popping in. Lady Mist, sorry you couldn't stay, but thanks for wrenching while you could. Take care. Uh, let's see who all else. Parrothead. Thank you for coming. Maxwell Entertainment, thanks for coming, man. It's been a heck of a night. It's been an awesome night. And LDG, thanks for stopping in. And everybody, take care. Stay safe. Stay awesome. And for those Lovecraft enthusiasts, stay eldritch. Darth Hester out.